What's up, guys? Welcome to another chapter of System Design Fundamentals. And today we are going to discuss about monolith versus microservices. Now, there are two ways to feed a hungry campus. Option one is one giant kitchen that cooks everything: pizza, dosa, juice, dessert, all in the same room, same stuff, same oven. When it works, it's simple, but one place, one bill, and one team. But say you want to change just the pizza recipe. You have to shut down the whole kitchen to do it. And if that one oven breaks, nobody eats. No pizza, not dosa, not juice, everything stops. Now, option two is a food court. Separate little stalls, a pizza stall, a dosa stall, and a juice stall, each with its own staff and its own counter. Now, you can upgrade the pizza stall while everyone else keeps serving it. If the juice blender dies, people still get the pizza. But now you've got 10 stalls to manage, 10 rents, and they have to coordinate so the food court actually works as one place. Now, that right there is monolith versus microservices, the first big architecture choice in system design. So, let's break it down. Now, monolith is one single program that contains all your app's features: login, payments, messaging, notification, all in one big code base and deployed as one unit. That's the giant kitchen. Microservice is when you split the app into many small independent programs, each handling one job and talking to the others over the network. One service for login, one for payment, one for messaging. Now that's the food code. Quick myth bust for beginners. Microservice is not automatically better or more advanced. It's a different set of trade-offs. Some of the biggest companies in the world run huge monoliths very happily. The right answer depends on your situation. Remember the trade-off scale from the last lesson? It's back already. In monolith, everything is in one place, so the parts talk to each other super easily. It's just one function calling another inside the same program. Fast and simple. Easy to test the whole thing at once. Now, starting a new project, a monolith is usually the smart choice. Less to set up, less to break, one thing to deploy, and you can build the ship fast. The pain shows up as it grows. The code base gets huge. A tiny change means rebuilding and redeploying the entire app. The teams start stepping on each other's toes because everyone's editing the same giant thing. And that scary part is if one feature has a bad bug, it can crash the whole app. One broken oven, no food at all. So microservice flips this. Each service is its own little app running separately, often owned by a different team. They talk to each other by sending messages over the network like the stalls passing notes. The wins are real. You can update the payment service without touching the login. If notifications crash, the rest of the app keeps running. Different teams can work independently and even use different tools. You can scale just the busy part. If everyone's messaging but nobody's changing settings, you add more messaging servers only. But here's the big part: you've traded simplicity for coordination. Now, these services talk over a network, and networks are slow and unreliable compared to a function call. You have 10 things to deploy, monitor, and secure instead of one. Bugs can hide between the services, which is way harder to debug. For a small team or a new project, this complexity can crush you. So let's put it on the scale. Monolith is simple to build, simple to deploy, fast internally, but hard to scale in pieces. One bug can sink the ship. Great for starting out, small teams and most apps, honestly. But microservices are independent, resilient, scalable in pieces, great for big teams, but complex, slow to communicate, and lot more to operate. They're great when you have genuinely outgrown the monolith. Now, here's the wisdom the industry learned the hard way. Most projects should start as monolith and only split into microservices when the pain of not splitting becomes real. Starting with microservices on day one is one of the most common beginner mistakes. You pay all the complexity cost before you have any of the problem it solves. Now picture a food delivery app. Day one, two friends are building it. One program handles the browsing, ordering, and payment, a monolith. Perfect, they ship it in a month. Now 2 years later, millions of users order, 50 engineers. Now the payment teams can't ship a fix without waiting for search teams code. A bug in restaurant reviews takes down the ordering. That pain is the signal. So they carve it up: a payment service, a search service, and an order service. Now each team moves it on. Did you notice that they didn't start there? They earned their way to microservices by outgrowing the monolith. That's the healthy part. Now, if you remember one line, start with monolith, move to microservice when the monolith hurts, not before. Microservices solve scaling and teams problem. If you don't have those problems yet, They just add pain. Simple beats clever until clever is actually needed. Now, here's a recap. A monolith is one big app, simple but hard to spread. Microservices are many small apps, flexible but complex. Neither is better. It's a trade-off between simplicity and independence, and most journeys starts monolith and grow into microservices. Now, next lesson, we'll answer a question that sounds boring, but is secretly most important one in all of system design. What exactly are we even trying to build? The functional versus non-functional requirement. And trust me, it's the difference between building the right thing and the wrong thing. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.